Here with the '09 GMC Sierra. Today we're gonna be getting 2 front shocks replaced and 2 spindles replaced. And y'all see all the rust on that. So I'm not even gonna attempt to change a hub or anything on that. I'm gonna just get those out of there. And y'all can see the rust on that shock. So before any of that collapse and one of these drivers get in a bad accident, we're gonna get this replaced. Just wanted to show y'all. We're ready to get the parts out the box and everything. So I'll get right back with y'all. Again, we're back with the 07, 09, they all the same. GMC Sierra. Y'all see how rusted this spindle is? That's why we're getting it replaced. Got the rotor and everything off of it. Try to get these new parts. Show y'all part numbers and everything. Give me a second. Alright, here with the new spindle, which is a TRQ part. Let's see if I can get some part numbers. I'm not sure, but one of these is probably the part number. But yep, that's the new part right there. As y'all see, it's a direct fit. Everything is the same. So I'm gonna be getting this on. Get at y'all after I get this one off. Got the new hub bearing also. So that goes right in there for y'all that don't know. Bolt together. I'm gonna use the old bolts since they didn't come with any new bolts. But yep, that's gonna be our new setup. Like I said, I'll get right back with y'all. Just wanted to bring y'all in on the new parts. Right back with y'all when I get this old rusty thing off. Right. Got this old hub and spindle out of there now. It was a little fight. Wasn't too bad. Now I'm getting ready to remove this shock. And before I put the spindle back on and get that all in my way, I'm ready to get these shocks replaced also. We got those new parts in here. Good old shocks right here. I believe that's the part number right there for anybody that need it. Yep, so we're about to get these going also. So just wanted to bring y'all in. Gotta order a new tripod to get the step-by-step videos, but I at least want to tap y'all in for any updates or little tips to getting these parts off. But to remove this shock, we definitely have to loosen this up. You don't gotta take it all the way out, but just loosen it at least to get a little play in this to push it down and get it from up under the support. Yep, as y'all see, we got all these new parts here. I'll just start getting them on. Right back with y'all. All right, y'all. As y'all see, like I said, you loosen this up and you see how that, you want to have a bungee cord on your brake cable, on your brake caliper, holding this in place. I don't have any bungee cords on me right now, so, but I just wanted to bring y'all in to show y'all. The more you push that down, the more it clears it. You can pop it right out and pop the new one right back in. So, got that new shock right there, about to go in there, and then I'm gonna finish assembling this whole side. Be right back with y'all. Another pointer for y'all. If you loosen this 10mm nut up, you're able to take this bracket off and then got a lot more room to get this out. So as y'all see, pull it from the bottom, it'll come right out. Like I said, you don't have to take that all the way loose. I just did it so I could make a better video. But yeah, y'all see how rusted that is. So y'all know that thing is done. But yep, about to get the other one. I'm gonna throw it back in the same way that one came out. And y'all can see this pile of rust that came off of the old spindle. That's why I said that was, you know, overdue to get out of here. I'm gonna eventually tell my customer that we're gonna do some undercoating for some penetrant. It's like an undercoat spray that you can use to kind of prevent future rust, because I don't like how it's looking under here. Not too bad, but it's bad enough to get some treatment. So yeah, I'm about to get this new shock in here, get everything bolted up, tap y'all back in when I'm done. Guys, back with the GMC Sierra. As y'all can see, we got the new shock in, got that sway bar end link tied back down. This new spindle didn't come with the little holes in it to mount that, so kind of left that right there, which won't interfere with nothing. It's lined up with the brake hose. Has enough slack in it for the turns. But yeah. So far so good. Yep. Only thing I gotta do now is tighten up the top bolts on this shock, and the driver's side will be done. Yep, so about to tighten that down, and I get at y'all when I get on the passenger side. Alright, we're in here now with the passenger side. Y'all can hear that. Not supposed to hear that noise. So this hub is definitely bad. Another reason why I'm having my customer replace this whole assembly is because y'all can see the layers. It's just eating through it. So ain't gonna be too long before this thing winds up cracking or breaking. So I don't want them to go through the winter with this on here, because it might not last. So that's why we're getting the whole thing replaced. The new part right here in this box. After I get this off, I'm gonna get that off. Yep, and that rusty shock, didn't want that to break on them either, so definitely everything else don't look perfect, but it's not in the condition of those two pieces, so that's why we're getting them replaced. So, yep, I'll let y'all when I get this off. Alright y'all, back on the passenger side now. As y'all see, we got these old rusted parts out. Even the stud broke on that one, but luckily it didn't get stuck in the control arm, so that was a blessing. I was a little nervous after that head snap, but we good to go. This hub, y'all can hear the noise on that, and like I said, just because of how deteriorated this thing is, I wouldn't want my customer riding around for another winter like that. So we're gonna get these hub bolts out of there, because like I said, the new one didn't come with new hub bolts. And we're gonna get everything back together. Get at y'all when I'm done. Another little pointer for this passenger side. Like I told y'all, this bolt snapped on me, so the new shocks came with new bolts. And because I can't get this locking thing off of there, I was able to get a nut to go on the opposite side, so that's good to hold that down. As long as it won't move, we good to go. Tap back in to give y'all a trick as far as getting the spindle back onto the arms. You want to hold this up and tighten that nut up. You need to have a little strength for that. Hold this up with one hand and tighten it up with the other one, or have a helper. And for this top part, you see how we barely got enough room to get the nut on there. So what I do is wedge this in between the shock and the control arm and just push down like that. And you see it gives you more than enough room to start the bolt on, then you can tighten it up. Just wanted to tap back in to give y'all that trick for anybody putting the spindle back together, just to help with the upper arm. Alright, that's my last video on the, well, not my last, I'm gonna do one more with me where it started and everything, showing y'all that all the lights is off, excuse me. And yep, got that new hub on there, and it look a lot better without all this rusted parts all on there. Yep, it look a lot better. Ain't no way I was gonna be able to get this hub out of here. Yep, a whole lot of whacking and it would have started chipping into that. So yep, we got them all replaced. That's shock, spindle with new hub bearing, and the shocks. So about to get the tire back on, tighten everything up. I get back with y'all when I get it started to show you all the lights up. All right, y'all, all done. Got the filter, or air filter tube and the engine cover and everything back on. All the bolts tightened up to the shop on that side. I used one of the old nuts and two of the new ones. They all are both good though. Just like on that side, they didn't have all the movements in the box, but they're all torqued down, so they're going to work just as good as the new ones. Yep, so we all done. Looking good under there now. Looking real good under there now. This side already had an upper control arm replaced also, so that's a good thing. Oh yep, so I'm all done. This video was to show y'all the finished product. And this upper arm over here is still good, so I can see why they ain't replaced it. Bushings still look fresh. But yep, as y'all can see, no lights on. It's a done deal. Another satisfied customer. Catch y'all on the next one.